Welcome back to the Javelina 100 presented by Hoka. I'm Chris Warden, and
I'm Tyler Durden.
we are here to talk about, rule number one.
Rule number one of Javelina is you don't drop.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll have to keep this in mind, but I'm not worried about this guy whatsoever. Our next guest here is the trail gangster himself, Ruairi Moynihan. Ruairi, welcome to Javelina 100.
Hey, thanks, friends.
Ruairi.
Chris, Tyler.
What's going on?
What's
Tyler,
up?
Tyler, yeah.
Love
I got
the-
my soap. We're going to keep everybody
Love
clean
the
out
costume.
here.
I got my soap. You're handing it out.
Yeah.
You're going to be so fresh and so clean.
Yes,
Oh my
we will.
goodness. And you're running the 100K this weekend?
I am doing the 100K. Yes.
Awesome.
Getting loopy just a few times.
Nice. And you've been out here before. You've done the Jackass Night Run. You've won that multiple times, but you're
Yes.
stepping up in distance this year?
Yes, I've done that twice. I feel like I've been here. First moved to Phoenix like 2013. I feel like I've been here almost every year in some capacity, mostly cheering people on.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started coaching people in it, and I've had 3 people finish it, both the 100K and 100 mile. And then just dipping my toes in, I did the 1 lap, and that was pretty fun. And I'm kind of at a point in my recovery from a surgery that I want to get back into the ultras. So it'll be my 4th 100K.
Nice.
Yeah, so just talk a little bit for people that aren't aware of kind of like what you went through with getting kind of something down on your Achilles area fixed, or it was the
Yeah.
Haglund's surgery. So how's rehab been from that, and are you kind of glad you went through that process?
I'm super glad I did this surgery. I would be happy to talk to anyone about it. I know a common thing with athletes, Achilles issues, can really haunt you. So ultimately, I had this bone spur, Haglund's deformity, a bump on my heel. That was bugging me for about 4 to 5 years. And it would just get to the point where just the back of your shoe pushing on it would hurt. So anyway, it's a thing that actually Zach Miller has gotten the surgery done. Galen Rupp on the roadside. Even like Tyler Day, if you look to the track scene, NAU runner, Hoka, NAZ Elite. And 2 of those guys actually gave me advice on it and
Nice.
suggested the surgery. So ultimately, that's been 1 year coming back from it, and the ankle's still not super stable. Usually it feels worse in like super shoes. I was really excited to try the Hoka Rocket
X-Trail.
trail, the X Trail, and it's just not quite ready for that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still going to just give it my best out there and really try to dial in the fueling, nutrition, see what it's like to deal with the heat since I've coached athletes through it.
Yeah.
Well, and you mentioned that you were coming back from injury. Can you discuss how that has shaped and adjusted your lead up and training into the Javelina 100K?
Yeah, it hasn't been a great lead in, to be honest. So, main reason being, and I don't need to share too much of my personal life in this, format, but I was in Southeast Asia for 2 months with my dad in Thailand. He was getting medical treatment. So as I was coming back, and that might have been a good time to train well, I was distracted caring for my dad, who unfortunately passed. So I'll be running this race partly in memory of him. And yeah, it was super steamy, hot. Like, I guess it was good heat training, but I was not getting miles in. I was in an urban landscape. Couldn't really get to any trails. So, but I think a lot of runners towing the line tomorrow have been in that spot, and there's something still fun and nerve-wracking about doing it anyway. I know I can complete the distance. It's just a matter of how much do I fall apart, or how much can I hold it together.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I think first of all, like, our condolences
Thank you.
to you for
Yeah.
that. I saw the outpouring of like love and support from the community when he was kind of dealing with needing some financial support for the medical stuff that was going on, and that was really cool to see. And ultimately, like, having that as a motivator out there is probably like the biggest windfall, the biggest advantage that you could possibly have, because something like that and running in somebody's memory or honor is like, I don't know, it's going to drive you more than probably anything else. And so that's amazing that you're honoring him. I think my question for you, Rory, is like, you're a road guy, you're fast, right? You have a 2:21 marathon. And you've run this loop very fast as well, in like a 2:10, which, for everyone who knows, like,
That's so
the women
fast.
ran it in 2:57
Yeah.
in the front of the pack last year. So you ran it in 2:10. How do you think about, like, you can run it that fast. So how do you think about kind of pacing strategy, knowing it's 3 of these?
Good question. I'd say I'm a little out of touch with that marathon speed. I think I ran like a 1:13 half marathon while I was just recently back in North Dakota. So it's good to know I'm like decently fit, but I'm not really gonna, go pedal to the metal here and try to rip laps because I've just seen the carnage out here, and that's why a coach has a coach. James Bonet has been coaching me for a while. I like to say
he knows a thing or two about these trails.
He's so good about these trails and heat management, and he's my go-to coach. He's my trail coach when I'm not doing the road stuff. So he's just got a plan where he's kind of holding me back, and it's tough sometimes because in your head I have a time that I think I should be able to do, and I listen to the coach, and I'm sure you guys are aware, you just have to swallow your pride and hold back, and I think it'll be a good result though. You got to be patient.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so are you feeling a little bit, is it bittersweet to be running 3 laps out here rather than being able to do one and party? I mean, because you're known as being part of the big party out here.
Yeah, I'm
and
wearing
so
the aid
in this
station.
case,
Fireball outfit.
I actually, to be honest, I was never a fan of you racing Jackass so fast because I was like, you're missing the point to get out there. But you know what? The other thing, Rory, I mean, we've been hanging out here long before Jackass Night Runs was a thing. We had some stories that we can't share. But
There's a few.
From old Jackass Junction, aid station times, we're talking pre-live stream stuff, thank goodness.
And I won't even go there. But.
Yeah, but with you doing 3 laps as opposed to 1, do you have a little bit of FOMO with regards to the party?
I don't want to bash it too much, but you alluded to it. I don't think the Jackass party station has quite been the same for a while.
In some ways, that's probably good.
Which is good. I don't think it's I know you can still hit the dance party out there. In fact, I think the last time I did the 1 loop, I asked for a shot of Fireball specifically. I said shot, whiskey, and they weren't ready for me.
You're too fast.
I think Pete Mortimer dashed out. He was grilling and happened to have whiskey in his mug.
That sounds
Nice.
Pete.
So-
He's pacing me this weekend.
Right.
So he ran and gave me a sip because it was just tradition. I wanted some fire in my belly. So all I'd say
Literally.
is make sure the shots are lined up for those who want. I know
Okay.
not everyone partakes, but
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think we should probably round it out with some bars if you're interested in doing them, because you are trail gangsters.
Hey.
And you do so many one cool thing about, if you have not followed Trail
How'd you
Gangsters
know?
already, you should do so, because pre-race, you help us get really hyped for the big races coming up by dropping bars with all the front runners and some vibes about the races. So do you have anything that you have ready for us?
Well, to get the full song, you need to follow Trail Gangsters. It's on the Instagram. I just dropped it today. I honestly should have been out getting my gels, which I still need to go buy, but I recorded the bars in my friend's backyard
Priorities.
because I had to get the song out. I wrote it on the plane. So yeah, I'll do a little section of it. If you know the song Bonanza by Akon. It goes, hey runners going down desert loops, yeah, round and round, the kind of race you've never seen, gonna party like it's Javelina. And then it goes, I got ice on my neck, but this ain't bling. Ripped lap 2 like I just saw the ring. Then I saw a cute ghoul at an aid station. I stopped to dance, despite the chafing. I said, who you with? She said, I'm pacing, and points to her man. Oh, it's Jason. And then, dang, she has a boyfriend.
That was bad.
So if you watch the whole video of the song, you'll find out how it ends.
That's
Very
awesome.
good.
And you can, of course, find that on your Instagram.
It's on Instagram.
Awesome.
Thank
Also,
you, guys.
Rory, before you go, what are you gonna be rocking in terms of gear? Are you gonna be wearing a vest, handheld, belt? What kind of shoes you're wearing? Any interesting gear or tech that you might be using that people might not be familiar with?
Yeah, I guess nothing too earth-shattering. I'm wearing my naked belt. I did the shakeout run, just like a 20-minute thing to see how all the bottles fit in there. I know I should have done that a while ago, but I didn't. So really, might not be the best approach, but everything stayed in there. Bottles, I'm not doing the vest. I got a few cooling strategies in mind, mainly a water bottle, half ice, half water. That's only for dousing myself, so you carry that in one hand. Unfortunately, I got to stick with some road shoes, which I'd prefer to have the trail carbon shoe, but I got to just protect the foot. and make sure that holds up. So
That makes sense.
and we'll see. Maybe a costume. I don't know if I can top Corinne or the year you wore a tuxedo, right? You wore a suit, didn't you?
Oh, I wore. Okay,
Were you,
so I was ahead of
were
my
you
time.
volunteering?
So I was.
There's a video clip of that.
volunteering, and this was back in 2019, 2018, when I was actually positioned out there as kind of a course marshal at the Escondido turn.
Yeah.
And I called it my Skype my Skype meeting outfit because it was
Yeah.
It was
You had
business
shorts
on
on.
top.
and boxer shorts
Yes,
as the bottom.
that was good.
I just didn't know I was basically a year ahead of the curve.
You
That's
didn't
all.
know it was
So.
coming. With all
Yeah.
the
I made
Zoom
one of the
meetings.
Javelina highlight videos. I remember that.
Nice.
And do you have anything more for Rory or?
Any big goals? What's your goal?
Big goal. Finish feeling strong. I know that's a boring generic answer. A podium would be amazing for a comeback 100K.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
just say that.
absolutely.
A podium,
Heck yeah.
I think,
Well,
is in the cards.
Awesome.
Rory, our Arizona trail running scene is more enriched when you're towing the line. So we're looking forward to having you out there. Rory Moynihan, thanks for joining
Hey,
us.
thanks for the support, guys. Appreciate
Awesome.
Good
we'll
luck.
We'll be back with more in just a little bit here at the Javelina 100 presented by Hoka.